Good. Happy Wednesday evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Wednesday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Wednesday evening, so let's begin. First up, let's take a look at your weather this evening, and hopefully you guys got to go outside and enjoy that nice sunshine today. Lots of sunshine and a little bit of a light wind as well, and temperatures weren't too bad. A little bit of spring mildish temperatures. Right now is sunny and 48 degrees. But with more on the weather forecast, let's go to meteorologist Kevin Scripa with a full weather forecast.
We're celebrating President's Day all month long at Bentley Chevrolet. Buy a new 2021 Chevy Colorado 4x4 Crew Cab pickup. Get monumental savings at Bentley Chevrolet, the neighborhood dealer who treats you like family.
A lot of sunshine and a light wind this afternoon with temperatures from the mid and upper 40s in some of the cool spots in the valleys and right along the coast to the low and mid 50s in interior sections of the state. Front eventually approaching our direction. It will mean a more sustained southwesterly wind in the warmest day tomorrow, and then some cooler air arriving in time for the weekend. So a pleasant afternoon out there with the fairly light wind. Temperatures tonight will again drop back quickly into the 30s. There could be some fog around overnight due to the melting that we'll have out there today. That fog will give way to partial sunshine for your day on Thursday. A brisk southwest wind will send temperatures up into the 60s just about statewide. We're talking 57 to 67 from north to south. From there, we'll be looking at a front coming through Thursday night with a passing shower. The coldest of the air really starts to arrive later Friday afternoon, so we're able to get one more day with temperatures in the 50s to lower 60s. A couple of snow shower chances, one late Friday night for the North Country, another one Sunday morning with another weak disturbance gliding through. Does look like both days over the weekend will have brisk winds, some gusts over 30 to 35 miles an hour Friday night and into Saturday, and some gusts over 25 miles an hour on Sunday as our back and forth in warmer temperatures and cooler than average temperatures continues well beyond the 7-day forecast. But the jump is up for the time being before cooling off for the weekend.
Okay, and there you go on that weather forecast from meteorologist Kevin Scripa. So tomorrow we could see 60s. Wow, that's exciting. And now let's get to your news. First up, let's take a look at your COVID-19 numbers in New Hampshire right now. And here's a look at those COVID-19 numbers for you in New Hampshire. There are 77,252 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. There are 1,185 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. There are 73 current number of hospitalizations for COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And that is a look at your COVID-19 numbers in New Hampshire for all of you. Hallsville School closes this summer. The plan for students and where they will be relocated to. On a 12-2 vote, the Manchester Board of School Committee approved a plan for current students and staff at Hallsville Elementary School after the school closes this summer. In a plan presented by the Hallsville principal, students from kindergarten to grade 4 will be placed at Jewett Elementary School, with the projected 231 students in those grades coming from Hallsville, creating a projected K through 4th population of 458 students for the 2021 to 2022 school year. And there is a special meeting of the Board of School Committee this evening. That meeting begins at 6:30 p.m. and will go until 9:30 p.m. Accused Pelham church shooter files motions in separate case. Dale Holloway handwrites motions in case involving alleged assault of public defender. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Ray Brewer.
We're celebrating President's Day all month long at Bentley Chevrolet. Buy a new 2021 Chevy Colorado 4x4 Crew Cab pickup. Get monumental savings at Bentley Chevrolet, the neighborhood dealer who treats you like family.
The first motion is a notice of intent to rely on insanity as a defense for the assault. In the motion, Dale Holloway acknowledges that he has the burden of proving the defense of insanity by clear and convincing evidence, adding that a person who is insane is not criminally responsible for his conduct. However, when it comes to meeting the burden of proving his insanity, Holloway asserts his state and federal rights not to be compelled to be a witness against himself. The second motion is a notice to rely on self-defense. Once again, Holloway admits that the defendant has the burden of establishing self-defense by a preponderance of the evidence. Holloway writes to the court, though, Mr. Holloway is not substantially obligated to set forth the grounds of a defense, and adding once again that Mr. Holloway asserts his state and federal constitutional rights to not be compelled in any case to be a witness against himself.
Jury selection in the assault case is scheduled to begin June 9th. Regarding the church shooting, no trial date has been scheduled. Reporting live, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire Senate Republicans move to roll back state's bill reform law. Democrats oppose any change to current law, which was passed in 2018. Let's take a listen to that video and that report.
We're celebrating President's Day all month long at Bentley Chevrolet. Buy a new 2020 Chevy Equinox all-wheel drive SUV. Get monumental savings all month long at Bentley Chevrolet, the neighborhood dealer who treats you like family.
In Concord, Senate Republicans are moving forward with legislation to roll back New Hampshire's bail reform law. The Senate Judiciary Committee just signed off on a bill that will make it easier for the state to detain dangerous offenders after arrest. Bail reform passed in 2018 with broad bipartisan support, but faced criticism from some, including police chiefs, concerned about offenders being released and committing more crimes. Democrats oppose any change to the current law.
Even 24 hours of detention can be life-altering for some folks.
The bill now heads to the Senate floor, where it is expected to pass.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Number of unaccompanied migrants crossing border skyrockets. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
The growing crisis for the Biden administration as they struggle to answer basic questions about the number of migrants at the border. Sources confirming to ABC News that the number of children detained at the border has hit a record high. Our chief White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega, has the very latest. Good morning, Cecilia.
Hi, Michael. Good morning to you. So the White House says that they inherited a completely gutted immigration system from the Trump administration, and they are trying to do everything they can to figure out a way to safely and humanely house these children. And the chief of staff here is now calling this one of the most vexing problems this administration faces. This morning, the record surge in unaccompanied migrant children at the southern border is overwhelming government facilities, leaving almost all the beds taken. But the White House continues to say it is not a crisis.
I don't think we need to sit here and put new labels on what we have already conveyed is challenging.
Through a report obtained from anonymous sources, ABC News has learned the number of children crossing the border without their parents or guardians has swelled to nearly 3,500 in the last 2 weeks alone, including nearly 200 kids under the age of 12. So many flooding the system, some 1,500 have been held beyond the 3 days legally allowed. Children now being housed in facilities meant for adults. The Biden administration conceding they need more space. Yet despite promising transparency, officials have not allowed journalists in to see the conditions themselves. The press secretary pressed on the situation more than a dozen times in Tuesday's briefing, refusing to confirm even those latest figures on children crossing the border.
I'm not going to confirm numbers from here.
Why won't you confirm that number? That's a very important number.
Those numbers are tracked by the Department of Homeland Security, so I'm just suggesting that you talk to them about specifics.
Them, Jen, they won't confirm the numbers.
Well, I would encourage you to go back to them and ask them again.
On the ground in Texas, the Republican governor calling it a crisis, deploying 500 National Guard to assist the Border Patrol, and laying the blame squarely on President Biden's immigration policy.
It invites illegal immigration and is creating a humanitarian crisis in Texas right now that will grow increasingly worse by the day.
And that is the charge that we consistently hear from Republicans right now, that overturning Trump's hardline immigration policy signals to migrants that it is easier to cross the border right now. But the White House has repeatedly said its message is crystal clear. Do not come right now. But here's the deal. Given the numbers that we are seeing at the border, that message clearly not getting through.
This has been such a perplexing dilemma. Okay, Cecilia, thanks very much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our...
Okay, and that does it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night and goodbye, everyone.